All right, James. So I know that we talk a lot about our events on this podcast. So to shake things up, I thought I would formally kick off our first podcast of 2024 by talking about the Channel Partners Conference and Expo and MSP Summit, March 11th through the 14th in Las Vegas. Just can't get away from it, my friend.
Hey, why wouldn't you? It's part of our heritage, it's part of our culture, part of what makes us part of the channel. That's our thing,
It is
It's
our
our
thing.
flagship show, Craig. Our flagship
Flagship.
show.
That won't be the last time you say flagship on this podcast, haven't it?
No, no, write that one down. Yeah. Craig, we're gonna go to the Venetian, the ever popular Venetian, which
Yeah.
if we ever go to a different show, we'll say that that's our favorite place. But the Venetian, I truly can say now, the powers that be allow me to say, the Venetian is my favorite uh, Vegas hotel to do a conference at.
So is that because you like the gondola rides and all the stuff around that? Have you done one of those gondola rides before?
Never have. Often I've looked upon them from afar. Felt like it seemed like a very romantic thing. Like you do it if you're
Mm.
making a very romantic gesture. And I was typically unaccompanied or single at the time when I was doing that, so never felt like the play that I was gonna make. It seemed a little
I
pricey,
understand that. It doesn't,
you
I don't know if it feels quite as romantic as like if you were actually in Venice. I mean, you're
Sure.
there in a casino, you're surrounded by billions of people, although I guess it would be similarly in Venice, but I don't know. I've never been to Venice and I haven't done the gondola rides at the Venetian either. So what do I know?
Yeah, and also, I mean, I don't know. Are those things like do they balance well? I guess they balance well. I'd be the first one to capsize.
You probably would. I have not heard of any incidents like that, but I could see you going crazy and capsizing that thing for sure.
Anything's possible. Anything's
Yeah.
possible.
All right. So, James, I know you've had a chance to look over part of the agenda, and you better look over the whole thing, of course, because you never know what you're going to be on stage doing. What's new this year that you're pumped up about?
Craig, that's got to be the AI symposium. What's
Mm,
AI, you ask? What's a symposium, you ask? What are they together? Well, that's a series of conference sessions that focus on AI technology, business strategies associated with it, customer demands associated with AI, and so on and so forth. But that's all going to start with a keynote session, main stage keynote sessions that's going to serve to pump up the audience. A channel debate on Monday morning on the topic: will AI live up to its hype or sizzle? And it's like, it's interesting. We practice this a little bit. It's like a negative sizzling, not
oh,
like bacon sizzling,
not
but
like bacon? Oh, okay.
more like a
Yeah.
fading out sizzling.
That
Uh,
makes sense.
But anyway, our new colleague, Jay McBain of Canalys, is going to lead an awesome discussion that's going to have vendor leaders from companies like Cisco and Lenovo. So, uh, one that you wouldn't want to miss, something for everybody in there.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about the AI symposium. 2023, James, seems like it was the year that AI entered the realm of everyone's thinking, and 2024, maybe it's going to be the year that the channel really jumps on board. It could be the year of AI in the channel. What do you think?
Could be Craig. I think it's people are going to make it happen either way. I um
We're going to talk
recall,
about it till it happens.
yeah.
We're going to
It's
lead.
one
We're
of
going to
like
lead this venture.
Yeah, well, and people ask for stuff about this topic. People ask for that session. Vendors are have realigned their marketing, so a lot of vendors are saying they're delivering AI. So there's a lot to sort out there. It's very reminiscent of the cloud era. That's kind
Yeah.
of what it was when I started in this space in 2015, and there was so much to hash out. It was transformative stuff, but people needed so much education on it. And I also remember SD-WAN in the telecom world, that was a big thing, but it's the stuff that people want to talk about. So bringing in some experts who can help you wade through some of that stuff will be
The
nice.
AI waters, wade through them.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I got something else for you, James,
Yeah, what are you
involving the
thinking?
show. We're gonna change up the keynote format a bit. Think faster paced.
Mhm.
We just talked about the AI debate. We've also got one on the value of aggregators and how they're changing the value prop. I know that's something you've written a lot about on Channel Futures. We've also got some newsmaker interviews on stage with execs and the companies that are making headlines. And also new to the keynote stage are our hot data sessions. Hot data, James. Leading analysts giving us insights into the hottest data impacting the channel community. It's all about data these days.
All about data, and it sounds like also conciseness. Sounds like we're shortening up some keynote sessions, packing more into them, and a lot more, I would say, editorially focused sessions. Just trying to extract as much info as possible from these speakers for the sake of the audience. Is that what you're dealing, Craig?
It is what I'm dealing. Yes, sir. Our amazing event content team, keeping things moving, getting more people from the industry on stage. I heard that I think 20 minutes is the longest session. So we're gonna really keep this thing moving. Now, James, yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah.
I know you're not into all this frivolous education
No.
stuff.
No.
It's not your thing. You're not into learning new things.
I took a
But
vow.
you are into partying. I know that. So tell me what's new on that front.
Is that my reputation, Craig? Is I like partying. I will say, like, I had an in I only drank like 3 alcohols in Miami last year for
Oh,
our
well,
show.
good for you. Good for you.
But
Maybe you're turning a page.
but I still partied. I still partied. So
You did.
there's a duality. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll drink a bunch of tea this time. I don't know. Anything
Could
could
be.
happen, Craig. But I'm pumped for the parties. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I'm not ashamed of that, of my human nature, Craig. And I, for one, am really looking forward to the welcome party at the Brooklyn Bowl. And this is going to be a chance to see old friends, make new ones, talk about the good old times, plan for the future times. And we're going to have a live band. We got a sneak peek, I'm told, Craig. You told me that. And you said they're pretty good.
Yeah, I saw them on social media. They are excellent. I'm looking forward to seeing that band and thinking about talking about the good old days. Saying I just had this vision of you striking up a conversation with somebody about SD-WAN. Just bringing that up out of the blue because you said earlier that was like the old days. It was good. Hey, so bowling. There's a bowling alley too. They got a ton of lanes. Are you going to do some bowling? Are you quite the bowler? What's your deal there?
It's on-off relationship with bowling. It's like kind of a meditative practice for me because I am bad at it, but it's like
Mhm.
it's a practice in conquering my fear. Because it's bowling is one of the most naked human experiences there is. Because if you're in a group, you have to go up to that lane alone, and there's the most naked experience in the human life cycle is when you roll that gutter ball
Oh,
and you have to turn around and make that walk of shame back to where the new ball is going to pop up.
yeah.
That is a gripping fear for many of us, but it's good. It's good for the soul. I just don't do it unless people tell me to. I'm gonna be probably I'm thinking probably between 90. That'd be my floor, and I think my ceiling. I think I've hit a 132 before. Um, I have a style known as T-bowling, where my knee ends up on the ground, and I kind of use that as a way to center my follow through. Yeah. But you?
I can't wait to see that. Bowling's one of these funny things to me. I know I will insult all the bowlers out there, and I tell a good buddy of ours who is an outstanding bowler that bowling seems like one of those sports that you could just like repeat the motion that you do every time, right? That's why I can't figure out with bowling. Now I can't do this, but it seems like if you just practice this all the time, you could get it to where you could bowl a strike every time. But I know there are all the intricacies of the lanes and how the grooves and all
The
that sort of
wind.
the the wind blowing through maybe if it's an outdoor bowling arena. But I don't know. That's my theory, but I know it doesn't work that way. But I don't know. Well, I'm a terrible bowler.
No,
Also,
you're
I haven't
right,
picked
Craig.
up
The
a
repeat.
bowling ball in like 10 years.
I feel like that repeatability, that is the journey. That's the holy grail for them. But who can obtain that? It's
Technically, you
easier
could say
said than
that
done.
about golf too, but there's no way I can swing a golf club the same way every time. So,
It's tough, but muscle
yeah.
memory. Yeah, Craig. So this music thing. Tell me more. I'm going back to this one.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, let's talk more about music because James, I got the inside scoop from our marketing team. Get this. The first ever CP Expo music video is coming out this week. You heard that right, a music video.
What is this, Craig? TRL? I feel way cooler.
Is it- did you watch TRL, James? I didn't expect that reference from you.
Totally real lore, baby. Oh yeah. No, I know all about it. TRL. I mean IRL. I watch TRL, TBI,
Yeah,
TBD.
you have never seen it. Total
Yeah.
Request Live is what that
Ah,
stands for.
so is
Yeah,
that where was that like it functioned like a radio show where people called in and said, "Hey, I want that Beatles music video," or
yeah, I feel like it was the Beatles. I don't think it went back to the 60s. But yeah, it was kind of like that. And they had a live studio audience. Carson Daly, you remember Carson Daly's on the
oh
Today
yeah,
Show now. He had
Today
his
Show
own late night. I don't even know if he has a late night
with the
show anymore, but
microphone. Yep.
I'm never up that late. But he would host it, and yeah, they'd take requests, whether it's from all the kids sitting around in the audience or over the phone. This is, I think, before internet. Anyway, I think that sort of landed in between our two eras of MTV. Mine was like the alternative nation years, and yours
Mhm.
was, I really have no idea because I
Uh,
haven't watched MTV
Real
in
world.
years. Real world. Well, that was kind of goes back to my
Oh,
years, I
okay.
believe. Yeah. It was pretty much when they stopped just showing music videos entirely on the channel. I think that it's been
It,
years.
yeah, they stopped talking about the channel. That stinks, man.
No, no, they never talked about the channel. They're referring to the channel on my TV. Never mind. Let's just move on.
I'm sorry, man. I was homeschooled. I did not watch MTV until I've never really watched MTV. Like probably for me, it made a straight transition to YouTube. What is it, Vivo?
Yeah, I think there's a
Yeah.
Vivo. Yeah,
So
there's like a Vivo channel and all those videos are on Vivo on YouTube and so forth. But anyway, we're getting off track here. The music video, that's what we should really be focusing
sure,
on.
sure.
This music
Yeah.
video is going to be off the chain, lit, groovy.
Hey man, I appreciate your attempt to appeal to the demographics. Is lit what you feel that millennials say, or who says that?
I don't really know. Somebody told. I heard that on TV once,
Yeah,
like a couple of years ago.
I mean,
So
I I love those older ones. I love saying groovy and off the chain, and
yeah.
um, yeah, it's a good callback.
So you mentioned that I was trying to appeal to these demographics, from baby boomers all the way to Gen Z. Did it work? I'm just wondering.
Yeah, I mean, it's a symbol. It's a symbol, Craig, and it's like I know that you're trying, and that is what matters the most to me. It's the
A for
icon
effort.
of it all. But yeah, I appreciate it, Craig. And we hope to see you at the big show. We hope you enjoy the various multimedia extravaganzas that are coming your way. And to learn more about this show, to get registered, go through that agenda, head over to channelpartnersconference.com.
there at the bottom of your screen. And look for that music video coming up on all your favorite social media channels this week. Another use of the word channel that means different from both of those other things we discussed. Crazy.
Body of water.
Oh,
You've
there's
got
another
the-
one.
the
Now we're at
meat.
4 now. I don't know if I can handle this much longer.